Like many American cities, Chicago was deeply affected by change during the 20th century. This city of neighborhoods became a locus for the opportunities and challenges of urban life. Waves of migration in and out of the city, shifts in culture, education, the workplace, and the built environment, evolving industry, and the rise of an information economy. Each factor has helped shape the complexion of Chicago. Sometimes these dramatic changes were welcome, and other times not. But at every step, in every neighborhood, people stood up for their communities. From grassroots organizers to long-established faith-based organizations, from frontline service providers to developers with integrity, in neighborhoods rooted in tradition to newly formed communities, individuals and organizations rolled up their sleeves and got to work.
Some of the best ideas I've ever heard of and the best people that you meet are community people. They want to make sure the characteristics, their community can be strong, and they want to live in a nice community. If you look at what they have accomplished, it's amazing.
What I learned about community development is primarily was a bricks and mortar focus. So a lot of organizations that got started in the 60s, 70s, got started with primarily affordable housing.
As Chicago's nascent community development movement took shape, the scope of many projects was modest. And while they shared a passion to transform neighborhoods, many groups toiled in relative isolation, hard at work on local solutions, but lacking a forum to share best practices and network with peers.
Sometimes when you're doing this work, you're so focused on what needs to be done in your community. And in many occasions, when you see things happening in other communities, it sparks something, and that way you can bring it back home.
In the early 1990s, LISC Chicago board members Art Martin and David Anderson imagined a juried competition, a showcase to bring together a broad range of practitioners to learn from each other's finest work. The first Chicago Neighborhood Development Awards was held in 1995, designed to celebrate, inspire, and catalyze creative neighborhood building activities.
I still remember the very first Community Development Awards ceremony, and just the level of excitement that surrounded that, and the fact that it has been sustained and grown and transformed over the years. It's been a very important symbol of success.
I love to go to that event. An award acknowledges, an award motivates. It puts a spotlight on something that others can admire and emulate.
The CNDA awards, I've always looked at them as sort of the Oscars of community development.
We started seeing something that was really important in community development. That is that people from all walks of professional life understood the value of this work and were coming to appreciate it and honor it.
You've got funders there, you've got colleagues there, you've got folks from the city, corporate America, so it's just a great opportunity for people to get together and network.
These community awards were wonderful because, I learned a lot too. And besides, meeting people too. You know, they're so proud of what they accomplished. They own this creative idea.
As community development in Chicago has evolved over 2 decades, CNDA has added and adapted award categories to recognize burgeoning innovation and ever more sophisticated strategies.
I truly believe the CNDA awards helped catalyze the comprehensive nature of community development because it started recognizing not just bricks and mortar project, it started recognizing partnership, it started recognizing community organizing strategies or community development strategies.
First of all, just the number of awards that we started giving out in CNDA multiplied. Still understanding its roots in the projects that are done, which are always hard and complicated to do, but understanding them as part of a larger comprehensive program.
The judging process is really in-depth. We look at each category, what are the factors that we're looking for, and the reviews of the site visits.
Every year there's a surprise. Every year something comes out that is just absolutely amazing, and the impact that it has on the community.
Then we come into the group setting. We look for the best of the best. We continue that process of voting and discussion until we reach a winner.
We aren't allowed off the bus until we make a decision. So it can be a really, really long day. We start at 7:30 in the morning, and our chair won't even let us go to the bathroom until we make that decision.
In 1998, the Richard H. Driehaus Foundation Awards for Architectural Excellence in Community Design were created to call attention to top-quality neighborhood architecture.
We raise the value of design and the importance of design to the health of a neighborhood through the Driehaus Awards. That has, I think, become an extremely valuable part of what CNDA has done over the years.
High quality design can be accomplished at virtually any price point. If you put your mind to it, you can find just the architectural detail, just the material, just the final product that can both be an asset to that community and it can reflect the dynamic of the community, the identity of the community.
When you start to inspire people with good design, that's infectious. And that's one of the things that I've seen throughout this event.
Today, CNDA connects over 1,600 attendees from Chicago's public, private, and nonprofit sectors. In keeping with its founding principles, the awards celebrate, inspire, and catalyze the relationships that build healthier communities.
So I go to be motivated, I go to be inspired, I go to be reminded, on one hand, how hard it is to actually accomplish development in the neighborhoods, but how accomplished so many organizations are at actually making it happen.
Part of what I think makes Chicago so special is that you have strong local leadership, the private sector that is interested in the civic responsibilities of a city, coupled with CDCs who are firmly planted on the ground.
The last several years, unfortunately, since the Great Recession, we've really taken several steps back. But as the economy begins to reemerge, CNDA is one of those ways of getting the business community aware of what's going on in the neighborhoods and the value of the types of organizations that are honored here.
It's also good from the funder side because when you see this diversity in projects and diversity in funding, you know that it's going to take all of us to get the job done.
My advice to community development organizations is to raise your sights, get out of your comfort zone, and be willing to engage in the policy debate about economic inequality, about the structure of the economy, about the allocation of resources, about where you stand with others who are making decisions about where this region is going in the future.
If we're going to move forward as a city, as a country, we have to create healthier communities throughout these urban environments. The CNDA event allows us to lift up good examples of good community development strategies and take those on the road and lobby for more community development resources so we can do more of this work.
All of these folks together understand that we've got to find a way to create safer, sustainable, and secure communities. I think the future looks bright for Chicago, and we just need to pull together and make things work, and I think CNDA will be a big part of that.